Tuesday all day.
And we are going to do our morning reading.
Can we do food prep before?
We're going to do
food
our
planning?
Morning devotions. This is our podcast. If you're listening on the podcast, some people are going to tune in live. We dual record because we do an unedited podcast of our live stream.
Good morning, Morgan.
We're fancy. How are you doing? That.
Fancy, super fancy technology.
So if you're joining in on our Ashes to Rubies podcast, thank you for tuning in. We're going to do...
But seriously, what is for dinner? We haven't talked about it today.
I tried to talk about it last night and you told me it was too soon.
Oh, well.
I thought mini pizzas.
I love mini pizzas.
I know you do.
Oh my goodness.
Mini pizzas. Because I'll tell you why. I have a busy afternoon. I have a lot of work to get done today. And I thought I would do something that like you guys could prep if I'm not finished the work that I need to do. And
by prep, you mean...
mini pizzas. Like you could make...
Because we use what for dough?
We use naan bread.
Naan bread.
Like the best.
Yeah. That's good.
We had tacos on Saturday, Morgan, but that is a fantastic...
Taco Tuesday.
I love tacos.
It's going to be homemade pizza on naan bread.
Yeah.
Which are really good on your pizza stone in the oven. Mm-hmm. Really good stuff.
It is good stuff.
You know what I feel like I woke up this morning to is I'm struggling in one area. I have a big struggle. I'm struggling. And it's with guess what it is. Could you even guess? Do you even know me? What do you think my biggest struggle is? Mm-hmm. You're probably like, well, I know what it is, but I can't say it on camera. No, my biggest struggle right now is my stick-to-itness.
Stick-to-itness.
I don't know if that's a category of struggle, but it's like I'm struggling doing my morning routine, getting up, doing my exercise. Like I'm just not doing it.
Can I just
my stick
tell you something I heard in a meeting?
Tell me. Is this going to help me or condemn me?
It's not pertaining to stick-to-itness, but maybe it'll work in your context.
Okay.
There is no working on fear. There is either an act of God or nothing changes.
So am I acting on my fear?
There's no working on whatever it is that you want to stick to. There's either an act of God or nothing changes.
I'm going to have to take that to my pondering closet.
Your pondering closet?
Really? Because if that's the problem, then I'm going around in circles.
You just need
with
to
my
pray for an act of God.
Yeah. For my physical being.
Yeah. I'm not struggling with that because I just haven't even said that I'm going to do anything about my physical fitness.
Oh man, you're so fortunate.
Get out for walks. I did get outside yesterday. I get outside.
I think that's another thing that I need to start doing is taking my vitamins. This isn't my solution. I understand that I need the power of God because I feel powerless, but I think that I can implement some sort of structure, a little bit of vitamin, and getting out. Like I get to the point where I'm like,
if only
is it day 3 that I don't want to get out? I don't want to leave the house.
I know. If only somebody would invite you outside on a walk.
Yeah, but you walk different. You walk like I can't keep up. I have wee legs.
When you come walking with me, I walk where you want to walk, and I walk at the pace you
want to walk. Okay, how about today?
And I walk for how long you want to walk.
When would we walk today?
I would like to walk immediately after my 1 o'clock meeting. So that would be like 2 o'clock.
I have a 1 o'clock. So 2:30?
As soon as we're done our 1 o'clock meeting.
We'll put on our hiking.
Yeah. And it can be 15 minutes. I don't care if that's all you want to do.
Literally, I've been looking at the date, and I feel like winter is getting pushed out. I have not dressed for winter once yet. I've worn my vest and my runners.
Inside on Zoom.
I wore my,
I know.
What are they called?
I know.
Not my Birkenstocks. My Blundstones. I've literally worn my Blundstones, and those aren't even winter boots.
Those are not winter. For our American friends.
I have snow runners.
We do have a few American friends. It has been about minus 13.
It was minus 28 the other day.
Minus 28 the other day.
And I went to the store in my vest.
That's because you barely leave your house. So for our American friends, that's like minus 10, I think, or minus 14. The other day I was on a Zoom call for a meeting, and there was a friend in Australia. They're having forest fires there because it's been like plus 39.
Wow.
And that particular day, it had been minus 26.
Would you rather have
so for
that
the American
extreme or
friends,
extreme?
We were converting because most of our friends were American, so we were converting for them. So it was like 100 degrees Fahrenheit there, and it was like minus 10 here. That's
Yeah, so
big
it's more
difference.
normal that heat extreme is they can understand that, but the cold they just like
That's
that's
a
not a
big heat extreme though.
I would rather have too cold than too hot.
Yeah, you can do something about the cold. The hot is I can't even move.
But it's no different. We would stay in that kind of heat anyway. We're not going playing outside.
So 2:30 we have a date.
Okay, it's a walking day. Somebody check in with us tomorrow to make sure I went for my walk. Maybe I just need a support group.
We have a support group.
I know. Maybe I just
look at Morgane. She's like a cheerleader
maybe,
on our chat.
Maybe
Thank
I
you,
just
Morgane.
need multivitamins. No, you know what I need? Okay. The stick-to-itness from the power of God.
Yeah. Either
I gotta really pray into that.
There's an act of God or nothing changes.
Because what I'm doing is getting in self-pity. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't even care anymore. And then I made a mistake last night. Ugh.
All right. Let's keep reading.
Can I tell you what I ate last night? Nana brought them over.
What are those even called?
It's popcorn, but it's Werther's popcorn. It's dipped in Werther's candy. It was like crack cocaine.
For you, yes.
And it was speaking to me and I opened it and I had 5 of them and I was like, here, Jordan, you eat these. And then he ate some of them. And
then you called me down to finish off the job.
And so this morning
I'm fine with that. I have no problem eating a handful of Werther's popcorn.
All right. I just need the power of God for my stick-to-itness. All right. Letting go in love, February the 9th. When people with a compulsive disorder, I don't like this, eat popcorn made from Werther's. When people with a compulsive disorder do whatever it is they are compelled to do, they are not saying they don't love you. They are saying they don't love themselves. I think this one's going to hurt me today.
That's from the book Codependent No More.
Gentle people, gentle souls, go in love. Yes, at times we need to be firm, assertive. Those times when we change, when we require a new behavior, when we need to convince others and ourselves we have rights. Those times are not permanent. We may need to get angry to make a decision or set a boundary, but we can't afford to stay resentful. Self-pity is a form of resentment inward. It is difficult to have compassion for one who is victimizing us. But once we removed ourselves as victims, we can find compassion. Our path, our way, is a gentle one. Walked in love. Love for self, love for others. Set boundaries, detach, take care of ourselves, and as quickly as possible, do those things in love. Prayer for today, and wherever possible, God, let me be gentle with myself and others. Help me find the balance between assertive action taken in my own best interests and love for others. Help me understand at times these two ideas are one. Help me find the right path for me. Amen.
So assertive action, love for others, can be the same thing at times.
At times.
And so oftentimes, especially as family of people who are addicted, the family of people who are actively, using or drinking or in these compulsive behaviors, we think that to be loving, we can't take assertive action. We have to put up with. We have to not rock the boat. We have to clean up after them. We have to cover for them. We have to give them a safe place to live. We have to make sure that they have food and that their children are taken care of, that their bills are paid. We have to do all these things for them. Assertive action doesn't feel loving to those kinds of people.
Well, and it can be challenging for everyone because assertive action, assertive language actually means I count and you count.
Right.
And we do that in LifeLab. So the whole point of being assertive is saying that I have just as much worth as you do. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah.
So there's behavior that says like that you count, I don't count. So if you're running the show and I'm just covering up for you, but I'm left picking up the pieces and I'm paying all the bills and I'm, trying to, then you count, I don't count.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If I communicate with someone in a non-clear manner and I'm tiptoeing around and I'm trying to make them guess to figure out what I'm saying, I'm not being clear. Mm-hmm, I'm not being, what's the word? forthright. I'm not being like,
Assertive.
I'm not being assertive. I'm kind of like hoping that you'll catch my hints. That is not assertive action. That would say like
Passive.
That's passive, and really no one counts in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
No one is valued in that situation because I'm not being honest. I'm not being honest, and I can't expect other people to be able to meet my needs when I'm not being honest with them.
Mm-hmm. So then how do I make that, like, because I heard a lot of things that I could put in my life today just about what I was talking about. Do I need assertive action in my own life? Do I need to be firm with myself and go, this stick-to-itness is actually a responsibility that I need because I need to love myself to be healthy. Mm-hmm. And so would I want, my if I was out of myself, would I want myself to be healthy because of these reasons? Mm-hmm. and mentally and emotionally healthy? And if I address the physical, those things are I'm going to get out of self-pity. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to be more connected to God. And so I think I like what I heard about, I need to have firm assertive to myself. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know I'm taking it maybe out of context.
The title was Letting Go in Love. So yes, I think you're applying it to your own personal situation, which I think is
letting go of my non-stick-to-itness.
But I think for sure that's a great lesson for you. I think the lesson for me is always letting the other adult in the home be responsible for their words, for their actions. And I had a realization the other day that sometimes the reason that I get so frustrated with the other adult in my home, there's a couple of them, is actually because I feel like they're a reflection on me. And so if I've decided that we should dress a certain way, or if I've decided that you shouldn't leave the house in sloppy track pants and someone leaves the house in sloppy track pants, then, which everybody in this house leaves the house in sloppy track pants now. Let's just be honest. I'm just using it as an example.
I'm glad you joined us.
I leave the house in sloppy track pants. And the other day I realized that my sloppy track pants that I left the house in were actually dirty. I was like, oh, look at that. I spilled coffee on them. So that's a whole other. But my point is that sometimes I've decided that this is the way things need to be and you need to dress like this or it makes me look bad.
Do you find that you make those decisions a lot in things that matter and don't matter?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
That was good.
I do. And so to realize that actually, like, I'm getting frustrated because of actually I want to look good. That's hard to admit. Like, I would have said that I want, you to look good and I'm just trying to help you. And I just think I have good suggestions and I just want what's best for you. And I want what's best for everyone. And I'm just trying to be helpful. But in reality, I want to look good. I want to feel good. And so I want you to act or do or say. And so I'm embarrassed by your behavior. And then I'm reacting and I'm getting frustrated.
But do we do that to the people around us that are still in their addiction?
Oh, my goodness.
Going back to the quote, is the compulsive behavior that I'm doing isn't about you, it's about me, and that I'm not taking care of myself. I don't love myself.
Yeah. When you were using that was to an extreme. Yeah. Like, I was frustrated and angry because you weren't doing the things that you needed to be doing, or you were doing things that I didn't think you should be doing. And I kept myself involved in that situation. I kept myself in those circumstances. And I was literally like so caught up in it. And really what needed to happen is I needed to like be away from the situation. I needed to somehow remove myself and not be so intricately involved in this dance.
And then really understanding what detachment is, and then detaching in love and letting the person suffer the consequences to their own behavior, even though that the perfect scenario would be to have dad with the kids and this perfect home, but let God deal with dad or mom or whatever, and so that the whole family isn't taking the illness of addiction.
And the wisdom of what that looked like came to me when I asked for it. Like, when I got, to the end and just said, like, I can't do this anymore. Like, what needs to happen? The wisdom of like what I didn't even know that I was detaching, but the wisdom of what needed to happen to keep my children safe, what needed to happen to keep, me in a healthy enough position that I would be able to parent and go to work, that wisdom started to
But then
come
even detaching actually let me go so that a power greater than myself could, like, I never chose to go to treatment. I got dragged into treatment, and it wasn't by you. But when
No,
you
it wasn't.
detached, God was able to drag me.
I stopped telling you what you needed to do.
All right. Bye, friends. We are going to go do other things.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a wonderful day.
Today is Turbo Tuesday. I have a lot of work to
Turbo
get
Tuesday. Catch up from...
No. It's
Get
just
all
a
your
good
stuff
work
done.
day.
All right. Have a great afternoon. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, stay safe and keep the peace and be of good behavior.
I hate that closing.